Welcome and thank you for watching. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a coaster set, start to finish from painting and resining to applying the cork backing. Let's get started. I'm adding a little paint to the back of a tile to adhere it to a stand and keep it up off the spinner. The next step is to pour the pillow paint. Then tilt to spread the pillow paint. I want to make sure that the edges, including the sides, are covered. I needed to add a little bit more paint to this one. Next, I start layering the paint colors. Since the tile is only 4 by 4, I only need about a half a spoonful of each of these. Next, I add titanium white and zinc oxide cell activator. Next, I blow out the paint. Blow straight down in the center to create a depression, and then aim at the ridge to blow out the petals. If there are any thick petals of cell activator, use a flexible straw to blow into those. Wait a few minutes for the cells to develop and for the paint to move back to the center. Now we're ready to spin it out. My first spin is always slower to make sure I have it centered. Then continue to spin off all excess paint. You can use drips and add them to the corners or edges to help the paint move in that direction, if needed. Wiping the underside of the tile so that there aren't any bricks. And the first coaster's done. So we'll set it aside to dry and start on the next coaster. I increased the speed here to keep the video from being so long, but I'm basically just repeating the exact same steps again. I usually make 4 coasters per set, but you can make as many of these as you want. Once you're all done, just set them on a level surface and allow them to dry for several days, and then we'll move on to the resin. I'm using low viscosity craft resin for these, and there's a 1-to-1 ratio, but be sure to follow the instructions on whatever kind of resin you're going to use. I like to wait till I have several things that need resin before I start this process, so you'll see a couple of jar lids here. See some of my other videos for jar lids and other functional art. I mix it thoroughly for 3 to 4 minutes. Put all the pieces up on a stand of some kind. I'm just using mixing cups turned upside down. And then I start pouring the resin on all the pieces. Be generous with the resin here. You want to make sure that there's a thin, even coat. It will level out as it's drying, so just make sure you have enough to start with. I forgot to mention this earlier, but it is really important that you have a level work area to do resin. Like I mentioned, resin will level as it's drying, so you just need to make sure that there is a good coat everywhere. This is why I wait till I have several pieces to do, so I don't waste any resin if I mix up too much. But I want to make sure that I have applied it generously to everything I'm doing. I use my finger in some drips to make sure that all the crevices and grooves also have resin on them. I use my finger to wipe any drips from the underside of each piece also. Then you can use a kitchen torch or a chef's torch, or even a heat gun if you want, to go over all the pieces and pop any air bubbles in the resin. Then we're ready to let it dry. I do check for drip on the underside about every 15 minutes for the first hour and wipe them off with my finger again if needed. This resin takes about 24 hours to dry, so I'll leave it on the level surface and come back and finish tomorrow. Once everything is completely dry, all that's left is to apply the cork backing strips, which is why I really like this kit because they come pre-cut and peel and stick, so it's very easy. I got my kit from Amazon, but really any 4x4 tile and cork backing will work. Thank you again for watching. If you're interested in seeing other matching functional art, see some of my other tutorials and videos. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.